Welcome back everyone. So today's look is this sea green spotlight glitter makeup. This is perfect for prom or any special occasion where this colour will suit your outfit. I'm going to start with the eyes for this look, and I'm taking my Kryolan Shimmering Vision palette, and the colour I'm using is called BG, and this is a shimmery turquoise shade. On a flat shader brush, I'm taking this colour over the eyelid. I'm applying it from the lash line up to the socket line. Now this is a cream based makeup, so you will need to set it in place with eyeshadow, otherwise it will crease. You can of course use an alternative product, something like a NYX Jumbo Pencil in Peacock would be perfect. The next product I'm taking is a mineral eyeshadow. This one is by Neve Cosmetics and it's in the shade Oyster. This is described as a sepia black duochrome eyeshadow with a turquoise green shimmer finish. If you can't get hold of this one, you can use something like Max Pigment in deep blue green. As you can see, I've applied this on the outer V of the eye and also a small amount on the inner corner of the eye, not touching the centre. Now I'm taking Hoola by Benefit, and on my Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush, I'm applying that into the socket of the eye. Any nice warm brown will do. You can even use something like Cocoa Bear from MakeUp Geek or Morocco from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's completely up to you. The warm orangey tones that are in the brown are really going to complement the greens within the eyeshadow that we've already applied. And also adding that brown into the socket is just going to add some extra dimension to your eyeshadow. Now I've laid that brown across the socket a few times, I'm going back in with the Oyster Mineral eyeshadow and I'm reapplying that over that outer V shape. And then using a rounded top blending brush, I'm going to soften the seams of the eyeshadow into the bronzer. Now we're not looking to blend it too much, otherwise it can start to look muddy, but we do want to soften the gradient between the two shades. So now I'm going back in with the bronzer on the same 228 brush and just working that through the socket. Going back to my flat shader brush and that same colour that we first applied from the Shimmering Vision palette, I'm placing that underneath the lower lashes all the way across. Going back in with the Oyster pigment, I'm applying that to the outer corner of the lower lash line and connecting it with the outer corner of the top lid. This is the part that gives the look its name. I'm using this sea green glitter from Certify, and using a flat brush I'm pressing that onto the centre of the eyelid, and that's given us that spotlight effect. Because glitter is super reflective, it's going to draw light to the very centre of our lid. It's going to make this part look larger, but it's also going to make the eyelid look more rounded. You can use a glitter glue as a base for this. I'm just pressing it straight onto our cream based makeup. Using the tip of the brush, I'm applying that same glitter underneath the lower lashes, directly in line with our top lid. I'm using a flat brush because you can really pack the glitter on. I decided to go in with this foiled eyeshadow by MakeUp Geek, and this is in the colour Houdini. This is a deep emerald green with a teal finish. It's very much in keeping with the colours that we've got going on. Again, if you didn't have the Oyster pigment, you could go straight in with Houdini and just build up the colour till you get that intensity. I'm now taking Bobbi Brown's gel liner in Ink Black, and I'm applying that across the waterline from the very inner corner all the way across, and I'm also going to tightline with that, so I'm just blinking onto the belly of the brush. I'm also applying a very small amount of that across the top of the lash line to deepen it so that when we put our eyelashes on, it helps to disguise the seam. These are Dulled by Mooks, and these lashes are Layla. These are mink lashes and they are a medium volume. You don't want anything too full on, otherwise it will hide the glitter. Now we're going to add some highlight to the eye area. I'm using a flat brush to apply this Shimmer shade by MakeUp Geek. I'm laying that down on the inner corner of the eye, and I'm also placing some underneath the arch of the brow. Make sure you really work it in to get rid of that frosted appearance. For foundation, I'm applying Bobbi Brown's Longwear foundation. I'm just using the stick to dab this over the face because I've only got a very small amount left in this pot, and then I'm just going to work that in with my fingers. I've chosen this one because it's for normal to oily skin. This is ideal for my skin type, but I know it'll also be suitable for a lot of teenagers. Now I'm going to add some warmth to the face. I'm using my Shiseido bronzer. I'm applying this around the hairline, then to save using two products, I'm going to use it to sculpt my cheekbones. So I'm applying it into the hollows and fading it up the cheekbone. And I'm also applying that down the sides of my nose to bring some warmth and dimension to the centre of my face. For brows, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. I'm keeping them rather natural and just filling in my natural shape using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. When you've got quite intense eye makeup, you want to keep everything else toned down, so don't go too full on with your eyebrows. Fill in the sparse areas and just give them a little bit of shape. Next I'm taking this Complexion Fix by Veil Cosmetics. This is a correcting concealer and highlighting pen. It's very much like Touche Éclat by Yves Saint Laurent. It contains light reflecting pigments, so it evens out and brightens at the same time. It's extremely lightweight and buildable. Next I'm taking MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus, and I'm applying this to the centre of the face, across the forehead, down the nose and chin, and a little bit underneath the eyes. For blush, I'm using Milani's Luminoso blush, and I'm swirling that over the apples of the cheeks and pulling the colour backwards. For lips, I'm going to keep it really natural. I'm going to use Strip Down Pencil by MAC to line them and give them a bit of definition. If you're a paler skin tone than I am, use something like Subculture by MAC. On my actual lips, I'm using a new product that's due to launch by L'Oreal, and it's called Super Balm, and the colour I'm using is Gossip. For me, a balm works perfectly for this look. It gives that moisturised look to your lips, but feel free to use a gloss if you prefer. Hey everyone, so I hope you've enjoyed this glittery eye look for prom. It doesn't just have to be for prom, it can be for a special occasion, anything where you feel like this would suit your outfit. I've had lots of messages on Instagram asking for looks with this kind of colour eye makeup, so I hope you love it. Don't forget, if you've got any other colour requests, leave them in the comment section below and I will do my best to add them onto my list of looks to get through. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. If you've missed my previous tutorials, I will put them on screen now. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. They are all at ShowMe MakeUp. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!